The world of business is full of strange and often confusing abbreviations and acronyms. To be able to communicate effectively and successfully in an English language business environment, it is vital you learn what these phrases mean and, importantly, how to use them. So, in this episode of Thinking in English, I'm going to introduce 10 of the most common and useful abbreviations that you can apply to your daily lives. Check out our Instagram page, Thinking in English Podcast, and the link is in the description. And also go to our blog for the full transcript of today's and all other episodes. The following acronyms and abbreviations are not a complete list, but they are an excellent introduction to business vocabulary. You can also use these terms when you are writing and speaking. Moreover, many of these phrases are also used outside of the business world and can be found in text messages among friends, TV shows, and even English exams. The full transcript of this episode is linked in the description, so check it out for a complete list of the terms. And if you're interested in business English, I've previously recorded episodes on business idioms and phrasal verbs. I'll link these in the description and blog as well. But without further ado, let's get started. TBA, or to be announced. This is an abbreviation often used when we don't have confirmed or announced details for an event, but that event has been scheduled. So the event is going to take place, we just don't know all the details yet. You may see music artists announce a band tour, but leave the locations and dates of their concerts TBA. In business, it can be used to talk about meetings, conferences, conventions, or any similar event which will happen, but not every detail has been announced. For instance, we will hold a marketing conference next month. The actual date and location is TBA. R&D, or research and development. R&D is a department of a company or organization that, obviously, is responsible for researching and developing things. This is often for innovating and introducing new products or services. For instance, their R&D department is currently developing a secret but exciting project. ASAP, or as soon as possible. ASAP is an extremely common and popular abbreviation. You've probably seen it before. We use ASAP, or often I think I would say ASAP, when we want to ask for something to be done as soon as possible. Many people are hoping that they will be vaccinated ASAP. And I hope this podcast becomes popular ASAP. For instance, please let me know your decision ASAP. ETA, or estimated time of arrival. Your ETA is the time you are expected to arrive somewhere, the estimated time of your arrival. This is especially useful when you need to travel somewhere for your job. Often you will need to provide your ETA so that you can be picked up at an airport or a train station, and so businesses know when to schedule meetings and events to make sure that you're there. It is often asked in the form of a question, such as, what is your ETA? For instance, if you let me know your ETA, I'll try to pick you up from the station. B2C, or business to customer. There are different types of businesses. A B2C, or business to customer organization, has a business relationship where the company's customers are all normal consumers like us, like me and you. Supermarkets, Amazon, restaurants, all of these are normally B2C. They sell things or provide services directly to individual customers, normal people. For instance, almost all online shopping companies are B2C. B2B, or business to business. Another type of business is B2B, business to business. As you've probably already guessed, B2B businesses have other companies or businesses as their customers. Instead of selling or providing services directly to individual consumers, they do it for other businesses. A good example are wholesalers, companies that sell products, especially food, to supermarkets in large quantities. For instance, my friend works for a B2B company, which sources official supplies for other businesses. HR, or human resources. HR is a department of a company which is responsible for employees. This may be hiring new staff, organizing training, negotiating pay and bonuses, evaluating performances, or disciplining bad behavior. Some smaller companies may not have HR departments, but virtually every major company in the world has a HR. And some of you may even be HR professionals or work in an HR department. For instance, please report any concerns you have to HR. SEO, or search engine optimization. SEO is a more specialist abbreviation that is particularly useful if you work in marketing, information technology, sales, or are self-employed with your own business. It is a technique designed to attract more people to visit your website. To optimize means to make something better. So search engine optimization means making your ranking in Google's results better. Optimizing your position in the search engine. For instance, at the moment, I have not looked into SEO for my podcast and blog, but maybe I should. CEO, or Chief Executive Officer. So finally, we have two abbreviations left, which both describe the most important people at a company. A CEO is the head of a business. Sometimes businesses have very confusing structures, with presidents, executives, board members, founders. However, the CEO is overall the most powerful person in a business. For instance, Apple's CEO recently announced a new iPhone to be launched in spring. CFO. CFO is the Chief Financial Officer, another senior figure in a company, and they are generally in charge of the financial side of a company. They make the company's budgets, they plan how to spend money, and how to make the most money possible. For instance, after their previous CFO quit last year, that company has struggled to find a qualified replacement. Thank you for listening to today's episode. Hopefully you now feel a little more confident communicating with business English. Try to use these abbreviations in informal office conversations or emails written to colleagues. If you have any questions, please reach out to me on Instagram or via the blog, thinkinginenglishpod. Please leave me a rating or review on Apple Podcasts if that's where you listen. It's really useful. And let me know what topics you would like me to cover. Thank you and see you next time.